after I hadn't been home from the hospital very long after breaking my neck, and we were all sitting around the table. We had a family activity every Monday night, and it was Sunday night, and so we decided, my dad was looking for ideas. He was a little bit short on ideas for that week. And so we wanted to go around the table and find out who was going to be assigned, who was going to give him a good idea. So we go around the table, and you had to tell him what your idea was for the activity for Monday. And to give you extra motivation, you didn't get the dessert that Mom had created that night until you gave him a good idea. Now on Sunday nights, we rotated who had desserts. So this was a good day because Mom had desserts, which when Mom had dessert, it was like Sunday Surprise or Brownie Delight. Or when I was assigned dessert as a kid, you got like a Fruit Loop of your choice from my wet, sweaty hand. So when you took the Fruit Loop, the ring was still there in my hand. And, oh, you took the red one. I could turn my hand over and they would stay. But this was a good day because Mom was assigned treats. And it was even a better day because sitting around the table, Dad decided on this day to start with the oldest. And that was me. And I was excited to be the one that was starting because for whatever reason, my mom had made an extra Sunday surprise. We're a pretty competitive family, so I knew that I was having a fresh start, to start first, that I was going to get a jump on everyone else. So my dad asked me for a good idea. I came up with one, and the Brownie Delight was put in front of me. And I started to pound that dessert as fast as I could go. My sister said what she wanted to. Now I had to go faster because now there was two of us in the race for that extra dessert. My third sibling, my brother, said what he wanted to do for the activity. Now there's three of us. I mean, that ice cream so fast, I'm starting to get ice cream headache. And then my brother under him said what he wanted to do. Now I'm really going hard. In fact, my vision's getting blurry because the ice cream headache's coming on so strong. As we turned to my youngest brother, I was on the floor with ice cream coma shaking in the ground, still trying to shovel this dessert into my mouth, trying to win that last dessert. My dad turned to my youngest brother and said, "Nathan, what would you like to do for our family activity tomorrow?" And without even thinking, he says, "I'd like to teach Jason how to walk." Now I'm on the ground concentrating so much on my dessert that I didn't really pay attention to what he said. But my mom and my dad clued in immediately. And they said, "Well, Nathan, how will we do that?" And Nathan said, "We'll stand him up, let him go." I started to tune in a little bit more. I said, "Well, Nathan, what if I fall?" He said, "We'll stand you up, do it again." We all laughed and went to bed that night. And I remember laying in my bed that night thinking, what if? And you can imagine, after my accident happened, how often my family spoke of and prayed that I would walk. This little boy believed it so much that he was ready to act so that it would no longer be talk or prayers, that it would become a reality. As I laid in bed, I wondered, what if I had that same kind of belief? Who's to say he wouldn't have been right? As we strive to find our champion inside, as we strive to live the good life, we have to believe with everything we are greatest dreams can become real. And then we have to act on those dreams. When we will, miraculous things will happen. There is such power in believing. I promise you. Believe with all my heart that the day will come when I will stand from this chair, hold it over my head, throw it as far as I can, and run until I drop. If I believe that good can happen in my life, I know that that day will come. With the same surety that I know that that day is in my future, I know that your days are in your future. Your miracles lie ahead of you if you will simply believe that they can be. Never stop believing that you can have every piece of good your heart desires. That every dream, no matter how big, can be realized. That every obstacle, no matter how difficult, can be overcome. The good life waits for those who believe.